Hey Kay, hope you're doing good today. Thank you for the donation. I went ahead and added you to my list. So, with your $15 donation, you can get 10 cards and you can ask up to 2 questions. So, did you have just one question today or two for me? Hey Rising Storm Tarot's here, guys. Hope y'all are having a great night. This is my first camera stream in a while today. I was on a little bit earlier too. Okay, so Kay has 2 questions. Got it. So Kay, what you can do is just pick any of these boxes here that are left. Let me know what row and what number. So for example, this would be A1, B3, C1, C5, so on and so forth. You have your choice at any of the ones that are left from earlier today. And there is a mix of a bunch of different options here. You can get add charms to your messages, paper messages to your reading, yes or no questions, 5-card readings, 3-card oracle pulls, so on and so forth. So you said 4C. So C4, 4C. Got it. So let's see what you've got here. Okay, so you can add charms to one of your questions. So when you ask your questions, just let me know which one you want charms added to. Congratulations. That's always a fun one to get added to a reading. If anyone else donates, just let me know so that way we can go ahead and get your prize picked as well. And Kay, whenever you're ready, you can ask your questions. I'm ready to go. You're welcome. I'm actually going to go get my drink while you post. Brennan is so cute. He's out there talking to his mom on the phone. They have like their weekly phone conversations, and they really enjoy talking to each other, and it's just so cute. Okay. So, which reading did you want the charms added to? Reading number 1 or reading number 2? How is Cortland feeling about Kay, please? How is Cortland feeling about Kay? How is Cortland feeling about Kay? Okay. How is Cortland feeling about Kay? All right. So this energy is very ungrounded, unstable. If we're looking at the chakras in general, There's no communication. The sacral chakra I always associate with like your desires, your passion, your sexuality, and I'm not seeing that in this reading either. So someone has blocked off like a sexual advance, or maybe there's not enough sexual chemistry or something like that on both parties. But the main thing I'm seeing is that it's not very grounded between the two of you right now. Um, it could be because you're dealing with someone who's a little bit more up in the air. Literally, that's their element, is being in the air. Let me see what else I'm picking up here. So you do have Aquarius energy over here, but he's not in his best. You know how like you can either be in the best version of yourself or the worst version of yourself, or you could have like an imbalance within yourself. So it's like you're acting on the more negative aspect of your sign versus the positive aspect. So the fact that the Aquarius card is in reverse is making me feel like the negative aspects of an Aquarius, like the flightiness, the flakiness, the indecision. Hey, Vetus, um, the lack of selfishness. Because Aquarius in its best version, they're very thoughtful people. They think about others more than they think about themselves. They're philanthropic. But this person's think is more has stepped into more the negative aspect of an Aquarius. So I'm noticing that. I feel like he doesn't want to make anybody mad, so he might tell you what you want to hear, but then he doesn't follow through because he doesn't necessarily want to tell you something that you don't want to hear. He doesn't like confrontation. And generally speaking, he likes to be fair, but he doesn't like to let anybody down. So he just says what he needs to in the moment. I feel like he's more focused on his studies or his job or his, like, just basically his employment, whether he's a student or he's working at a job or maybe he's looking for employment. But there's some type of concentration being focused on his daily responsibilities here, which means that he's essentially putting you as like a secondary priority rather than his main priority. I'm not necessarily seeing that he's talking to anyone else or anything like that. All right, let me keep going. So the sun also being in the center of the reading means that he's focusing more on the conscious side of his mind versus like the unconscious side. And when we focus on the conscious side, we are focusing a lot more on ego. So he's driven by his ego more than anything when it comes to your connection. The action card here with Mars is in reverse, and that's making me feel like he's not coming towards you or doesn't have any plans to come towards you at this time. He's focusing on his responsibilities and being more restrained and more disciplined when it comes to your connection. So I do see him holding back. This card can indicate that he wants to kind of just do his own thing, do what feels right to him in alignment with him, despite what it may do for other people. But looking at the cards at face value, I am getting that he would like to change his ways. And I feel like to a certain extent he is honest with you, even if he flakes or he doesn't follow through. I feel like he generally does mean what he says when he says it. But he's not emotionally invested in you right now. Oh my god, there's a specific expression. What is the expression, Spirit? It's like when you put a dent in something or a ruffle in something, or it's like a specific phrase, like an idiom, and I can't think of it right now, but it seems like he lets a lot of things like just get the best of him. So if he had a plan with you, or if he said he'd text you back, but then something went wrong, he would literally let that ruin his whole day. So he lacks patience too, is what it feels like to me. I'm sorry. I was trying to read all aspects because I am trying to learn well, I know the chakras, but I'm trying to learn, and I know the zodiacs, but the planetary alignments, I'm trying to like see how it all fits in, because I do feel like that provides additional information. The one good card that I am seeing here is that he is trying to transform. He is trying to change. He is trying to make things better for himself and for other people who have a relationship with him. Let's pull you some charms and see what I get from that. Yeah, it's weird he ghosted me, so it makes sense why cards appear this way. Okay. Well, I'm glad that it makes sense. I am not glad that he ghosted you, but I am glad it's making sense. Okay, so let's see, Spirit. How is Courtland feeling about Kay? The Aquarius token talks about just being friends. So if that comes out, that would be really interesting. All right, that should be enough. Okay, so let's start flipping these over. I'm just trying to make sure it's all in the screen. So I'm actually going to take this off the screen really quickly. And then let me shine some light onto the tokens themselves. It's kind of dark, but if I pull this like that, no, that'll be in your way. Okay, that's the best that I can do. Ooh, the Aquarius token did come out. It did. Right here. The friendly token, the Aquarius. So I feel like it is he does just want to be friends right now. He's lacking courage. So the fact that the Aries and the Scorpio comes out, it feels like he does have this deep desire to change. The Judgment card also told me that as well. So it's making me feel like he knows that his ways aren't necessarily the best, but he would like to make a change. He's also giving with all four of these tokens, Sag, Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, is that he likes to kind of do his own thing. He likes to, and you are a Scorpio, that's right. So you have both the Aquarius and the Scorpio token here, but he probably just likes to do his own thing. He doesn't want to, cramp my style. That's the expression thank you, Spirit. That's the expression I was trying to say earlier. He doesn't want anyone to cramp his style. So I feel like he kind of just wants to do like his own thing. So It's interesting because overall he wants to be, maybe this is friends with benefits. Maybe that's what this is. Because I'm like, why does he just want to be friends, but he also has a physical attraction to her? And that's probably what it is. Yeah, he has trouble with communication. That we already saw earlier, but that's the throat chakra, the blue token. There's something with these two tokens that I'm trying to get the message. Okay, so what I'm hearing him say is that you almost think too highly of him. Like you might really like who he is as a person. You might want to take a chance on him, but he's basically feeling unworthy of that. And he feels like you have the wrong impression of him or the wrong idea of him. And maybe you think he's more special or more worthy than what he feels that he is, and he thinks you have the wrong idea. I am seeing a lot of sexual like innuendos here. With the cherry and the grapes is like indulgence and sensuality. There's a couple different tokens or sorry charms here that indicate white, which can tell me purity. So he feels like you're pure and he doesn't want to um, tarnish that. And I don't mean like you're a virgin. I just mean that your soul is pure and he doesn't want to put you through anything that would make it so that you're jaded in life because I think he feels jaded. The back turning away with the cat shows that there's a deeper intuition that you have about this connection that you're turning your back on. And also, it's when your back is towards a situation, it means you're walking away from it or you're abandoning it or you're saying like you're done with this situation. There's some crescents which can indicate like evening time, nighttime. The moon comes out at night. So you might be more prone to hearing from him in the evenings, or that may be the next time that you do hear from him. But the moon also goes through phases. The moon is like the one thing that's inconsistent. The sun is always here, right? The sun is alpha, masculine. The sun is always just as bright every single day, and that's consistent, right? But the moon goes through phases. It's something different every single day. It's never just the one thing. So that could kind of mean that your connection's a little bit temperamental. It could be that he's just storing you away for possibly like a future um, connection. Like maybe he's just kind of putting the idea of being with you or dating you or being connected with you romantically as like a let's put a pin in this and maybe come back to it later. I do feel like he was surprised by your connection. I think that it caught him off guard. He was surprised by how immediately he was attracted to you. More imagery of that's an owl with the back turned, and then that's a cat with the back turned. So, more imagery talking about ignoring your wisdom about this connection, ignoring your intuition about this connection, turning your back to what you already know to be true, and also maybe needing to walk away or distance yourself from it. This is my third party indicator. This reminds me of the Three of Cups because it's about celebration. It's about coming together of more than two people, but it also has three heads, so it can indicate a third party situation. So maybe he was involved with someone else when you came around, or you were, and that's always kind of been a factor in the connection. I do feel like he feels like you're worth the time with the guacamole, the avocado, right? Guac is extra. Like, that's fine. I'll pay for it because it's that good. Like, I do feel like he feels like you're that extra something special. and that you're worth it, but I think that he feels like he's not. I think he also feels like you're rare. We have the Alice in Wonderland, and then we also have the unicorn. And something about this is speaking to rarity. But also, I think that you guys, this person like lives in their own kind of world. The Alice in Wonderland story, you guys know she kind of goes down a hole and like goes into a whole nother world or whatever. And that could mean that he likes you because you're like an escape to him, or you feel like he's an escape to you, or vice versa. But it could also mean like when you guys are together, like it almost seems like the world doesn't really exist, time doesn't go by, that kind of thing. So that could be his perspective as well. I think that's all I'm picking up so far. So yeah, I mean, you do have the owl facing front. So there is some truth that you're willing to see about the connection. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, girl. If anything else is jumping out at you, feel free to take note of that. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in for you really quickly just so you can... Nope. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. I was just trying to zoom in. So you guys can, or you can come back to this another time if you wanted. All right, so we're going to move on to your second question. So, okay, I hope you're still with me. Let's see. We're going to move on to your second question, which is, will I hear from him again? So I am leaning towards a no, just because I don't think he's making any action towards you right now. But that's conscious action. I am curious to see if at any point in time, if you'll hear from him again, because that's a good question. So if anybody know, oh, there it is. Never mind, ignore me. Okay. Will K here? I like the charms. How do you read those? It's kind of confusing. So I got the charms off of Amazon, and it came with like 300 of them. And I basically associated things, like for example, this was on one of my necklaces, and I assigned a meaning to this myself. And so I kind of go through with spirit and I'm like, look, this is the general meaning of each of these things. There's a ring in here that I didn't get from the charm pack, but each thing means something different to me. But sometimes it's kind of like reading tarot, where you see something different in each one, and that's what I choose to kind of read it as. Like for example, if I was reading this and it was like a 18 plus reading, that would look like he wants to do things to your butthole. You know what I mean? Like, it really just all depends on the context of like what I'm getting, or what I have assigned. And also sometimes where they fall, like what falls close to one another, is also really important. The rose sometimes reminds me of like Beauty and the Beast, and so there might be some symbolism in that movie that relates to the reading that I'm doing. Yeah, the octopus can talk about attachments because they have the suction cups. So to me, that could feel like someone has an attachment to someone, or they're not able to let go. The snowflake could indicate something rare because no snowflake is the same. It could also talk about something fleeting because snowflakes don't last long. You know, they melt away pretty quickly. So it could feel like a connection that never really reached its full potential. It can indicate, like if I'm asking about a time frame and a snowflake comes out, I probably would think winter. it really just all depends on the context of the question, but also like what you agreed with your guides to like have them understand how you would read it. Kind of like tarot, similar stuff. And then some of the charms that I decided I wasn't going to use, or there was a lot of duplicates, I gave the rest of those to my cousin because she's also a reader herself. She actually had quite a big following on here, but then she kind of backed away from it for a couple years, and she got just kind of drained of it, and now she's kind of building her channel back up. So, all right, so Will K here from Cortland again. Will K here from Cortland. By the way, guys, my donation list is open. You will be next if you donate now. I am doing $15 donations that will get you 10 cards. You can ask up to 2 questions, and then you'll have a guaranteed extra prize that you win to go along with your readings, and you can choose any mystery box that you want. Again, that's a guaranteed win. Will K here from Cortland again. Please show me a yes or a no. Will K here from Cortland again. Okay, here from Cortland again. Okay. Okay, here from Cortland again. So I am getting a yes, but it's not going to be very soon. I feel like eventually, yes. Eventually you will. I think he's going through, because this talks about independence. This is also like a card sometimes that I see if like I want to understand someone's energy, and their energy is that of wanting to be single. A lot of times the Nine of Pentacles will show me someone who just wants to be on their own or wants to be independent. The Eight of Cups here does talk about abandoning things, letting go, walking away, moving on, moving forward, which again indicates that it probably isn't going to be right away. And also it says no here. This is also a no card. And this also talks about moving on, like just letting go of the situation and moving on from it, not trying to like fight for it or anything. This is also a no card, the Devil. So the only like real yes I'm getting is here, but the reason why I think it's possible you'll hear from him again is because even though he's in this other energy, he's still giving me a yes card that has to do with romance. So I definitely do feel like in a romantic sense, you will hear from him again. But this is a lot of like romantic offers, dates, hanging out, spending time, being attracted, giving each other physical affection, things like that. So that's why I think that he would reach out to you at some point if he felt like there was an opening. It just doesn't feel like immediate. And I don't know if it's anything that like you would find substantial enough for you to even be interested. You would have to make that decision at that time on your own. Yeah, I know. It does suck. Yeah, I wish that, because here's the thing is that he ghosted you, and I think if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while, right? And I just feel like no matter how busy you are in life, there's not really a good enough excuse to kind of have you waiting for this long. Like, unless someone literally died, I don't really think there's a valid excuse to completely cutting someone off and cutting off communication. And so you have to view yourself as like a high value person. This isn't up to him anymore. Take your power back and be like, you know what? Screw you. This is on me, actually, if I talk to you. It has nothing to do with if he talks to you. This is if you want to talk to him, then you'll talk to him. And if you don't, then you won't. He might have done you a favor, to be honest. I know that he doesn't think too highly of himself. He feels like you give him more credit than he deserves. So he might have honestly just done you a favor. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, girl. Thank you for your donation. All right, guys, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 prizes up for grabs today. You know that I don't do the mystery boxes very often, maybe once a week if we're lucky, but for a fact, I think it's been a couple weeks, I think, since I've done this. So, with that being said, if anyone would like to take up on the opportunity while it's available, it's $15. You're welcome, Kay. $15 to get to be a part of the mystery tarot readings today. Every donation includes a mystery prize. The $15 will get you 10 cards total. You can ask up to 2 questions. And then you also get to pick a mystery box. Now, sometimes these are separate readings. Sometimes they add to the readings that already exist. But it is a guaranteed win every single time. So if you're interested, we have, I don't know, how many did I say? 9? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we have like 9 prizes left to give away today. So let's do it. Okay, so Kay is done. So yeah, donations are open. You will be next. And we're just chilling. Until then. Hey, Venus, thank you. Okay, that sounds great. I'm actually going to get to you in just a second. I'm going to get my cats their little nighttime snacks, and then I'll be back. All right, I'm back. They are literally feral when it comes to getting their snacks. It's insane. We've started a monster. We only started doing this like 2 months ago, and it's like now it's a habit for them. And they'll like scream at your feet until they get it. All right, so Vetus, my dear. Oh, I left my phone out there. Ugh. Okay, Brennan's gonna bring it to me. So Vetus, did you have 1 or 2 questions? Thank you. And also let me know which one is calling to you. Thank you for the donation. You're awesome. All right, so Vetus has 1 question, and let's see what your prize is going to be. I hope it's something good. All right, so you said C5. C5. Let's see what we got. Oracle 3-card pull. Ooh, these are fun. No, you didn't get this one today. Okay, so 3-card Oracle pull. So that means I could do the messages. I could do the romance angels. We also have the abundance deck. We also have messages from your spirit guides and angels. We also have the astrology deck right here, which could add some insight to your reading. I also have, or wait, maybe you, oh no, you didn't. And then I also have the spell work deck, which has keywords like commitment on there. So yeah, we can do a couple different things depending on what your question is. So what can I answer for you? What can I look into for you right now? Okay, you got it. All right, so what does Spirit want Vetus to know about Calvin and her connection? What does Spirit want Vetus to know about Calvin and her connection? The first card coming out saying make a break for it is actually kind of funny to me. Because I don't think Spirit like wants you to give up on him, but I think that they'll be happy for you guys to end up together. But it just seems like right now Spirit is just saying like save yourself because this is a long road to hoe. All right, let's see. What does Spirit want Vetus to know about the connection? So this relationship is definitely gonna test you. You have the Resilience 9 of Wands card. So this means that you're gonna go through pretty much every single emotion that you can possibly think of when it comes to this relationship. Frustration, sadness, anger, loneliness, abandonment, passion, attraction, love, like just, I mean, all the things you can possibly think of. This person's gonna send you through that. But for whatever reason, it's like y'all's soul can't really let go of one another, and your like inner consciousness and your spirit make it so that way it's difficult for you guys to let each other go even after all this time. So that, to me, what I'm getting from spirit is that there's still lessons to be learned, because this person's not going to be on your subconscious and in like the forefront of your mind after all this time if there's not a greater reason. And so what makes me feel like is that there are lessons still to be learned here. Now, whether that's lessons that you guys end up together or that's lessons that you guys are alone, regardless, it's like you guys made an agreement before you came to this earth, and you guys said, let's see what kind of obstacles we can put in front of us. Maybe in this lifetime we can actually be together without making it so complicated for us. So it's like there was this challenge in this soul contract that sums it up. The soul contract between you guys that determines like what your plan was versus how things are actually going. So it's very possible that you guys came back to before Earth, before coming back to Earth, you were like, I really want to be with you in this life. Can we please make that happen? And he was like, yeah, let's definitely do it. But then you guys have your own individual soul missions too that can get in the way of being together. Thank you, Spirit. That was a good message. So I think that that's kind of where you guys are at. So you're still tethered. You're still tied to one another because you guys are trying to find your way back to each other. There's still a lesson to be learned here within this connection. So I definitely feel like that's probably why Spirit roots for you guys to be together, because they really want you to be able to fulfill what you came here to do. But at the same time, they do know that you can't sit there and wait around for him to come to his senses. And so you have your spirit team and then he has his own. So your spirit team's going to look out for you, Vetus, and his spirit team's going to look out for him. And then the ones that watch over the both of your connection with each other and bless the union with each other, they're also going to fight for you guys to keep trying and keep coming back together. But yeah, it just seems like the spirit guides that you have that take care of you, Vetus, that are coming in to take care of you and watch over you, and your guardian that's watching over you. I feel like, and I want to say he again, I feel like he is trying to say, just get away for your own sanity for a little while. Hey, I Speak, it's so nice to see you. What else do they want you to know? So you also have take a beat, like take a break from this, like just back it up a little bit. Yeah, like the main thing I'm getting is just put this on pause. Let's put a pin in this, Vetus, when it comes to him, is kind of what they're telling you. I'm doing good today. It's been kind of a weird day, like a very bizarre day. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I've been home all day or what, and I'm used to being out and about lately. But it's a good day. It's a very good day. How are you doing, I Speak? Are you still going strong with your guy? What does Spirit want Vetus to know about the connection? They want you to recognize that it's very easy for you to put him back on your path and for him to put you back on his path. And what I mean by that is you guys can really pull your energy away and basically go, you know what, I'm not going to think about him today. I'm not going to think about him for a week. You go out, do your own thing, hang out with your friends, hang out with your family, read a book, do your own thing, whatever. And you really, really pull your energy back for, like, let's just say a week, for example. But then something can come in and remind you of him, and then immediately he's back to the front. And it's just basically so easy for him to be back on your path, back on your, like, in your sight and in your visions and in your dreams. And that's something that Spirit wants you guys to recognize about each other, is that it's a lot easier to pull you guys apart. Or it's a lot easier for you to pull you guys together than it is to pull you guys apart. That's what I'm trying to say. And so if for whatever reason, Vetus, that you want to kind of pull away from him, something to be very aware of is just the fact that it's going to be hard. But maybe you have to do it. Maybe you have to talk to other people. Maybe you have to go on a date or two and just try. What does Spirit want her to know? What does Spirit want her to know? Constantly on your mind. Do you feel, Vetus, that sometimes it ebbs and flows? Do you feel like sometimes you feel him heavier on you and then other times not as much? Or do you feel like it's just pretty consistently like you guys are on each other's minds all the time and it just like never really stops? Yeah, a weird day doesn't mean a bad day. A weird day just means a weird day. Like, you know how some days just don't feel like a part of the natural week? Like something happens that's not a part of your typical routine and you're like, oh, this is weird. It almost feels like an extra day that was added into the week because it doesn't feel like a normal weekday or weekend or whatever. Like that's what it feels like to me. Pretty consistent. So let's find out if there's a reason why he's consistently on your mind. Let's see. Is there a reason why Calvin's consistently on Vetus's mind after all this time? Please show me, Spirit. Is there a reason why Calvin is on her mind so much after all this time? Okay. All right, let's get one more, please. These cards are hard to get to like fall out one at a time, but I usually will just take the top card or like the top two if that happens. There we go. Okay, you got an extra card. Okay, so the Libra talks about balancing the scales, and what I see about that is balancing the scales of karma. And so every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction kind of thing. So if you guys have karma that needs to be fulfilled from your last life, that needs to be balanced from your last life, that this is why you're going through the things you are going through in this life. Something tells me that you guys have lived a past life before. Like, I just can't help but feel that way. And it seems like in your last life that you guys were in love with each other and that you had the chance to be together, but you allowed life to get in the way, and then you never really got to see that through. It's almost giving like status. It's a feeling like status. Like if you've ever resonated with like kings and queens and royalty, or people of like specific, like for example, in your last life, it could have been an issue between the two of you about color, because let's just say you were born in like the 1940s when like racism was so much more like okay back then. You know, maybe he was of color and you weren't, or vice versa, and you guys wanted to be together. You guys could have run away together, but you allowed like social norms to get in the way of you guys being together. But then another example would be like back in the like 1600s, 1700s, when each region had a king and a queen. Maybe one of you was of royalty status and he fell in love with you, but you weren't appropriate for him to marry. Maybe you guys have like gone through like lifetimes of like constantly being in a place where it just wasn't socially acceptable, quote unquote, for you guys to be together. And so every single lifetime. Oh, you are. All right. Well, this is making sense. So, like, basically, karma is just trying to balance itself because it's trying to say you've neglected this every lifetime up until this lifetime. So, it's almost like the second that you guys can come back together and be together and make it official and not allow these other circumstances to come in between you guys, then you will balance the scales of justice and the scales of karma. So it's like very important to your soul mission together for you guys to end up together. Like, that's the thing. But free will makes it so that way it might not happen in this life, but then you're going to be doing it again in your next life until you guys finally get to a point where you learn your lessons. And that's what I'm getting, because we have the Libra here and we have the Venus here. This has to do with love and finding value within each other. The Sun card here, represented by the heart, which is interesting. Maybe that's, oh, that's so cool. I didn't even think about that. I've got to figure out what tarot cards relate to what body parts. Because lately I've been really interested in like how astrology affects health. So I wonder if like there's certain tarot cards that have to do with certain parts of the body. But anyway, so you have the Sun, you have Leo energy. This is alpha masculine energy. And it's basically having the courage to stand up for your love, self-express and embody truth, and being open-minded or altering each other's minds. This is also has to do with like learning lessons too. So this could be why, remember I said that you guys are still involved in each other's life because there's still lessons to be learned here. Wow, that's insane that I even made that example as a reference. Yeah, but it feels very like status to me. It feels like you guys just conceded to like social norms and what was allowed and what wasn't allowed versus what you guys really should have been doing was just following your heart and saying fuck everybody who doesn't agree. And in this life, now you've come in with certain soul missions. Hey Rising, hey Terry Lynn, thank you. Let me write this down. So now you've gone through now your own personal missions as well, on top of trying to find your way back to one another. And that's why you guys feel so pulled, because you're technically supposed to end up together. That is the center of your reading here. But a lot of times fear gets in the way. And that's why you had the Sun card that talks about speaking up and expressing yourself and standing up for what you want and what you believe in. So that's kind of crazy. But also, it's got to be kind of comforting to just have that kind of information. You know what you should do, Vitas, is you should look into past life readings. There's people out there that specialize in past life readings, and I think it would be really cool for you to do that and just see if anything that I said relates to what they say, or if you can kind of fill in the blanks. Because I consider myself, I specialize in love, in relationships, and channeling. I feel like a lot of people specialize in life purpose or soul mission. A lot of people specialize in like spirit and guide messages. Some specialize in mediumship. Some specialize in past lives. And so if you could find someone, there might be some readers on Etsy. And then there might just be people you can find up through YouTube and send them an email. Wow. I kind of do too, Vitas, honestly. Okay. So let me confirm Rising's donation. Thank you, Vitas. That was a fun reading. All right, so Rising Storm Tarot, did you have one question for me or two? Yeah, so you hang on. That makes sense. It's just a long time to hang on, you know, without finding someone else to like be your person. It's a long time to wait. Because I feel like you understand the connection and you recognize it, but he's having a bit of a harder time. All good. I'm so glad. All right, so Rising has two questions. Also, like, ignore the fact that I'm so out of breath right now for no reason. Absolutely no reason at all. I'm like, I need to get back to working out. Like, it's gonna happen. But all right, so Rising Storm, you can pick whatever box is calling to you that's left. If you guys are just hanging out and haven't had a chance to like the stream, if you would be a dear and do that for me. And I speak, if you're still in here, I'm so sorry. I never responded. You said, oh, you are doing well. Okay, good. And Tara Lynn, if you can let me know if you have one question or two questions. So you want C3. So Rising Storm got, oh, you got a 5-card reading. Okay, so you already are asking two questions. So I can turn either of those questions into a 10-card reading for you since you got a 5-card reading. Or you can just ask a third question, whatever you want to do. So we can do like 1-5, 1-10, or you can do 5-5-5 and have a third question added into it. Whatever you'd like to do there. Congratulations. So Tara-Lynn's got 2 questions. And Tara-Lynn, you're up. Now you get to pick whichever box is left. For example, this is A1, A5, B4, C2. Okay, perfect. And Rising, you can go ahead and get your questions ready to go. All right, so you said C1. So we have C1 right here. And you have an Oracle 3-card pool. So we can add 3 Oracle cards to either one of your readings, or you can ask a third question and we'll use Oracle cards to answer. Congratulations. Okay. So, Rising's first question is, feeling the energies. Oh, just to let you guys know too, obviously no rush and no obligation, but if anybody did want to donate to mine and Brennan's honey fund, we're pretty much trying to pay for the entire wedding ourselves, but we don't have honeymoon plans. Just to get a passport alone for the two of us will be $260. And so we're like, do we just honeymoon in the States? What do we do? We've always really wanted to go to Rome. Or Greece or something like that. Even Switzerland would be amazing. But if you find it in your hearts at some point in the next couple of months and you do want to donate, that would be, or not donate, I'm sorry, gift us. We would absolutely appreciate it. We'll give you a personal shout out. Vetus did already donate. Sorry, gift. Vetus already gifted us. And it's just so sweet of her to do that. So we really appreciate it. So I just thought I'd throw it out there. The link is in the description if anyone is interested. Again, no pressure, no obligation. And there's no really any time frame that if you wanted to do that, you had to. But I just wanted to throw it out there in case anybody was wondering, because some people have already asked me. Oh. I gave you extra cards. I wasn't even thinking. Okay, so yes, he is. You are. You're currently on his mind. Now, when I say currently, I mean the broad sense of currently. I mean, like, within the last couple of hours or something, or the last hour. I don't know if you're necessarily, like, right this second as we're doing this reading, on his mind. I'm feeling like maybe a no, but Spirit does want to, like, reiterate and run home with the fact that you have been on his mind very recently. I'm a little bit worried about this card because this card in reverse is the Six of Swords and it talks about trouble coming. It makes me kind of feel like a storm is brewing, and not necessarily that it means something negative for you, but it just seems like something is getting climactic, and that may be why you're feeling the energies, because something's about to kind of happen. I'm feeling like volcano, eruption. We have the wands here, which is very fiery and passionate as well. And then there's like an idiom here where it talks about out of the frying pan into the fire. So it's just like things that were already maybe burning up are like now about to blow up kind of thing. I don't even know if that's what that expression means, but that's what I'm reading it as. And he's going through some self-evaluation, some inner soul searching here, and in a place where he needs to make a decision. So I feel like what you're feeling is, yes, his thoughts on you, but also something feels like it's coming to a head. Something's erupting. Something is like there's energy here that's gaining some kind of momentum. But the fact that it says trouble coming makes me feel like there's kind of going to be some kind of blow up of some sort. So it says a final reckoning, a final examination. As you sow, so shall you reap. Like, I really hope this doesn't mean the girlfriend's coming banging on your door and trying to start some shit, because you've done nothing wrong. But and I don't think that's the case. I don't know why that my brain even went there, but I don't know, just something about like the heated kind of like hot-headed sense that I'm sensing through these readings. It's like, you never know. Oh, that is what that means. Out of the frying pan into the fire. It does mean going from a bad situation to an even more difficult one. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that I understood that. So, the judgment's kind of like getting what you deserve with the final reckoning is like everything that, maybe this is between the two of them, everything that she's put him through, she's finally getting what she deserves. Because a lot of times people will say, like, you won't forget someone's crimes, but when their day comes, then they'll get their final reckoning. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of bide your time and wait until they get what they deserve. That's kind of like what that means. So yeah, that's what I got for you on that one. And yay for extra cards. Maybe that was necessary. Maybe there was something you needed to know there, or something I needed to like connect the dots. So what is your second question? Yeah, she's really pissed. Have you seen her lately, or have you seen any of their interactions lately? That's crazy, because I had a dream about the ex being so mad walking to her car. Oh, damn. For my second question, what's the storm that is coming? Could it be from the ex-girlfriend? Let's see. Oh, you haven't since she left the other day? Okay. What is this storm that is coming, please? Tara Lynn, just so you know, you will be after Rising, and we are halfway through her reading. So whenever you're ready, you can post your questions. What is the storm that is coming? Damn, you have the King of Wands again. Ooh, I see someone packing their bags. Okay, so I probably am wrong about her trying to come to you to start shit because you didn't do anything wrong. So she has so much anger, I feel, that she won't know where to direct it. So just protect your energy around that time. I don't think she's going to confront you, because what is there to confront? You haven't done anything wrong. Besides maybe he has feelings for you, but that's not your fault. But I will say protect your energy during this time, because even someone flipping you off on the highway because they assume you cut them off or whatever, that's negative energy, and you just don't want to absorb any of that. So just keep your place very peaceful, high vibrational music. Maybe over the next week or two, do a lot of like cleansing rituals. And just generally asking your guides to protect your energy, because you're very intuitive and it can affect you worse than if you weren't so naturally easily able to absorb that kind of stuff. So just protect your energy overall. But I do feel like someone is walking away here, because this is the Page of Cups is kind of like things that are just aligning, things that have been needing to happen are now happening. The Page of Cups is the messenger of love or messenger of feelings. And so I feel like some feelings are going to be delivered to this ex-girlfriend. I feel like he's going to actually tell her how he feels. This can also talk about synchronicities, which means that things are, like I said, aligning. Things are coming into alignment for what essentially things have been a long time coming. And we're heading into that perfect storm, so to speak. I keep using the word storm, but that perfect storm for these things to actually happen. I see him taking charge. I think she's gonna like it's gonna come to her unexpectedly. I don't think she's gonna really see it coming. I think he's gonna get to the point where he just has to go, or he's going to say, this is just something I've been thinking about for a while. Like I said, I don't think she's expecting it. But I do feel like it's something where he, for the longest time, wanted to wait till the timing was right. And now I think he's getting to a point where he feels like he just needs to do it and not think about it. Just rip the Band-Aid off. We also have moving on. This is the card that made me feel like someone's packing their bags and hitting the road. And then hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more. That's what I'm hearing for some reason. So I feel like he's kind of like, and we're done with you, and do not ever come back. Letting go, moving on, walking away. This might actually be a huge turning point. I don't know when it's gonna happen. The Lovers ends the reading. That's Gemini season, but I feel like things are certainly heading in that direction for the two of them. Tara Lynn, I have your first question. Thank you. And Tara Lynn, did you want the oracle cards to be put with that reading, question number 1, or question number 2? Or did you want the oracle pull to be something completely separate for a different reading? And Rising, let me know what your third question is, please. You're welcome. Remember, you get your third question. All right, so Tara Lynn wants 3-card oracle pull with the question number 2. Número 2. All right. How will she take it when he does actually confront her about these things? How will she take it? How will she take it? She handles it pretty well, it looks like. She's got a lot of anger, but I think that she feels it's understandable. Like she gets it. I feel like the thing that is the worst part is that she I think it will come a little bit unexpectedly for her, which to me, that's a relative term because I feel like she should have seen this coming from a mile away. But I think because of how many times he's taken her back and forgiven her and let things go, that will be the undoing because she will not be expecting this. Like even if they get into a fight or something like that and he's like, I want you out of here, she's not gonna really take it very seriously at first until she really understands like he's done, and then that's gonna be like, oh shit, he's done. Because I think when you give somebody so many chances, that the threats lose their strength, the consequences lose their potency. Like, I don't know specifically what I'm trying to say, but you know, when someone, it's like if you're a kid, if your kids get in trouble, you keep telling them over and over and over and over again, if they don't stop doing this, this is what's going to happen, but this is what's going to happen never happens, then they're just going to think it's empty threats. And then the second that you do actually do something about it, after 15 times of not, then they're like in shock because they're like, wait, what? Like, what? So yes, I think on a logical level, she's like, yeah, this is valid. I understand it. It's not necessarily like the best thing that ever happened, but I do feel like he's going to be relieved because she's not going to make as much of a scene she'll make a scene, but not give as much pushback as he originally thought. Once he gets his point across, I think she'll be like, okay, I get it. She might plead, she might try to say like, I'll work on this. Can we just try again? I think his decision's pretty final at this point when this does happen. Again, I'm sensing like June. But I feel like eventually she'll come to accept. And I feel like she does understand, but this doesn't mean this isn't gonna hurt. This doesn't mean she's not gonna have anger built up, pent up, frustration, like shock, confusion, pleading. She's probably gonna go through all the motions, but he has to stay strong. Like that's the main thing, is that he has to stay strong. But it's like her logical side, you know, her head side is gonna be like, no, this makes sense. Like, I get it. Why would someone want to be in a situation like this? But her heart is betrayed. Her heart is scorned and furious, you know? So, yeah. That's what I've got for that one, girl. Thank you so very much for your donation. I hope you enjoyed it. We are going to move on to Tara Lynn. How did Michael C feel about me messaging him in my message? You're welcome. Oh, you know what I did not do, which I should have done a long time ago? I completely forgot to pin my donation thing. So if anyone new comes in here, they might not know where to donate. All right, let's pin this. Boom. How did Michael C feel about Tara Lynn messaging him? How did Michael C feel about Tara Lynn messaging him? While you guys are hanging out, if there's anyone in here who has not liked this stream, if you can make sure that you like it, that would be really appreciated by me. How did Michael C feel about messaging him in my message? So this one's poking out, so I'm gonna take it. Did you make an offer to him? You have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck, there's also like the Eight of Wands. It's like something that you said that he did like. Almost like it gave him a new outlook on your connection. Like it made him think of you. I don't know if it's necessarily he made him think of you differently, but it made him think of you in a broader sense or a more expansive sense. Like it made him feel like maybe there's more to this that he wants to explore or something like that. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, but it's like maybe a gesture then instead of an offer. Maybe I'm thinking a gesture of like good things, because like he's thinking very good. Wow, great vocabulary. No, he's thinking highly of the message. He's appreciating the message. He liked it. He appreciated it. Yeah, something like that. So you do have the Six of Cups, which he said it was good to see. Oh no, okay. I thought you said something else. So Six of Cups talks about returning to one's roots. The feeling that you give to him is like a nostalgia, and that's really important to him. It would be interesting to see where his placements are. Like if he has a Cancer in his, oh God, what is it? What's the house that rules like family and relationships with your family and your home life? My gosh, I have it written down. The fourth house. So it would be interesting to see if he has a Cancer in his fourth house. I think it's the fourth house. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, because home and roots and tradition and stuff like that is really important to him. There you go, Terrelyn. Thank you. House 4. You were right. I wish I knew all the houses. That's one thing I want to learn really bad in astrology is like all the houses. Like I want to know for a fact what I'm talking about, because I understand astrology pretty well. But when it comes to planets and it comes to the houses that they rule and like your individual charts and things like that, like I want to learn so much more about it. But look at you already knowing things. So yeah, so it'd be very interesting to see if he has like a water sign in his fourth house, because that means that like traditions and childhood memories and the way you grow up in your culture, like you have a very big affinity for the home life and the domestic life, because he's associating you with this category. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh. So yeah. And you said you have children, right? Because that would make a lot of sense. Having Jupiter and Aries transition to your fourth house, it would be very shocking to me if you didn't have a child in this life. Yeah, that's almost like a dead-on ringer for the fact that you're supposed to have kids in this life. Because Jupiter rules expansion, growth, and that card is, it kind of is the essence of an empress, I would say. And then also Aries is you taking charge and making decisions for your own life when it comes to your fourth house and your family. So you are the maternal figure. You are the matriarch. It's very interesting. I'd be interested to see what he has in his chart regarding the fourth house. But yeah, so like that's very important to him. And this is what you bring out of him, and it makes him feel really good. It makes him feel planted and grounded with you. Like there's a lot more. And I feel like after this message is like he's thinking of you differently. Maybe because he was thinking of you, and the fact that you reached out to him made him feel closer to you, because then it was an acknowledgement on your end that it wasn't just in his head. But he's doing a lot of thinking about this with you. This also indicates children. Did you say if he has children or not? I cannot remember for the life of me. But I feel like he has a child or wants a child. I don't think that it's, from what I'm getting from this reading, that he would ever tell you he doesn't want kids. That's the other thing I think that brings you guys together as well, is like this parental essence about you. He does not have kids, or he doesn't want them. Or do you not know? He feels like I think he's a little scared of it, maybe, but there's this patriarch marker that I'm picking up for him, that he would want kids. Yeah, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Did he respond to your message? Because I feel like almost he's trying to think of a response, or maybe think of how to continue the conversation here. Aw, you like to make more kids. I want to make a kid too. There's progress he feels happening within your connection. He did respond. Good. He's trying to find a way to perpetuate the connection. He wants the conversation to keep going, but he doesn't know where. He doesn't know where or how to take it. And I think because he definitely wants things to kind of change from where they are right now. There's progress here. So I'll say overall, it was good. It feels like it paid off sending him a message, because it was well received. Oh, that's sweet. All right, so second question, and you want Oracle added in. So let's see what your second question is. We were talking about that in class today about kids, and it made me realize I like more. Oh, what class? No way. Terralyn, you're living my life that I want to live, but I'm not living. That is so cool. Yeah, I want my own apothecary. I want to make my own tinctures, and there's like a bunch of books on my wish list that I want to get, like herbal medicine stuff. I want to grow my own herbs, dry them out, make medicine. I feel like that would really make me feel like I'm living life to the fullest, and I don't know how to explain that, but I don't know, there's just something about being independent and not being a consumer, like something about that, and getting back to basics just sounds so cool. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into like any classes and things, but that's very cool for you. It really grounds me. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, that's how I would feel. That's how I'd feel. Yeah. No, that's really cool. Good for you. So let me know what I can ask your guides, my guides, next for you. So what are his current feelings? So, Carolyn, I have a couple of options. I could do the astrology deck for you, which has certain keywords on it. It has different houses and different planets and different signs. And because I'm really trying to like learn more about that kind of stuff, those are always really fun to me. And then I have the Romance Angels deck, which we could probably get some insight from there. We also have these love messages, which also indicate information like new beginnings. Sometimes they're messages from your person. Sometimes it's advice from spirit. And then another option I could do would be like actual message cards. Message cards, either the Hidden Truth, the Hidden Truth mix, or my messages, my channel messages. You like the heart one? Is this the one you were talking about? Okay, you want Hidden Truth. You got it, friend. All right, so Hidden Truth. Put that aside here. Let me shuffle these as well. What are his current feelings? What are his current feelings? Oh, you already posted the question way back when. I'm sorry, I completely missed it. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so what are Michael C's current feelings towards Carolyn, please? Michael C's current feelings. Michael C's current feelings. All right, Michael C's current feelings for Carolyn, please. This man is funny because he's a little impatient. The second time I shuffle for you and a card like slides forward out of the deck like that, like he doesn't want to wait for the card to just fall out. He's like, I feel like I'm getting cards pushed out from spirit or something. It's really funny. That's the second time that this is the second time that has happened during your shuffling. So it's giving like him being a little impatient when it comes to your connection, like wanting things to kind of move a little bit further, faster or something. Okay, so current feelings. Let's pull from the Hidden Truth. Current feelings towards Carolyn, please. Current feelings towards Carolyn. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. So you have, do I still have a chance? He's saying, I still have feelings for you and I want to make amends. So this is 100% the energy that I was picking up for a fact. He wants to progress this further and he's not really sure how to go about doing it. He is saying that he still has feelings for you. Do you still have feelings for him? He wants to make it clear he has feelings for you. And I feel like he wants to make the situation better. Another really saucy message at the bottom of the deck is, I want you so badly. I saw that and I had to share it. At the top of the deck, we will be together again. So he does watch you. He keeps an eye on you. He notices you. I think he pays a lot more attention to you than you even realize. Let's see, what else am I getting here, please, Spirit? So he's very excited about maybe, it's almost like things, I feel like they're kind of picking up or gaining momentum right now. And he hasn't felt that with you in a little bit, so he's a little bit excited about that with the Page of Wands. He feels like this is like good encouragement to keep trying. Good luck is on your side. He feels like this is his chance, his opportunity. Maybe in the past he felt like there was a missed connection or a missed opportunity, and now he feels like that's coming back around here with the wheel. Maybe he feels like he's in a better place now as well to come towards you, because this talks about a mature and grounded masculine energy that feels more capable. Maybe he felt like he wasn't right in the past. Now he's in a better place. You have a lot of Jupiter, Six of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles, and that talks about expansion. So I feel like he's a lot more in an open mindset than he has been in the past. You have love and pleasure, Venus here. And it may be possible that he feels like he needs to be the one to make a move with the Saturn, Page of Wands. Lots of fire. You have Leo, Sag, Aries, and Virgo. So fiery energy indicates a lot of passion, enthusiasm, optimism, excitement, arousal, attraction, lust. Yeah. It's a very tantalizing energy around you guys right now. Very sensual energy around you guys. Ooh, I like it. So that's what I've got for you, Tara Lynn. I hope you enjoyed your reading with me. Oh, you're so welcome. All right, guys, so we are gonna just go ahead and put up a last call for now. I am going to hang around for a little bit. So even if we get like 3 more donations, that's totally fine. But at the same time, you know, I'm not trying to force things. I did want to come back on because I said that I was going to come back on and I didn't want to lie like I always do. Oh my gosh. So we're just going to do a last call for readings and hang out here for another few minutes. I probably will stay on till like 8:30. It's 8:23 now, so like a little less than 10 minutes we'll hang out. Interesting. I cut the deck and got the Lovers. I wonder what that means. Hey, LaShonda, how are you? Dream interpretation. I interpret my own dreams. I could try. You always challenge me. I could definitely try. I know enough about it, and I've always felt like dreams hold so much meaning, and like that's just personal to my own specific journey with being psychic and getting psychic information. My dreams used to come first before like what I would feel in real life, and a lot of times in my dreams, spirit will tell me how they're going to communicate with me next, or what it's going to sound like when they communicate with me, or what it's going to look like, or something. So they always like warn me in my dreams first, and then they tell me. So I always feel like dreams are really symbolic and important, and you should pay attention to them. But at the same time, I don't know if it's like personal to you individually, like if you're supposed to interpret them or and feel what your intuition is telling you. But I could always try to help with that. I just don't think I've ever done it before. Okay, Vetus, that sounds good. Absolutely email me. Oh, for a private reading. Okay, that's perfect. We can work something out. I'm available tomorrow if you want to do a private reading. LaShonda, I'm so glad to hear you're doing good. It's nice to see you. You have a recurring dream that you can't quite figure out. I'm happy to explore that with you for sure. Yeah, definitely email me just some information, and then we can go over like timing to get together for a reading and stuff like that, or whatever, depending on what package you choose. I used to have a recurring dream a lot when I was little. Perfect. All right, guys, just a couple more minutes. I'm going to hang around and then I will be ending this live stream and you won't see me back until tomorrow. If you guys like the idea of the mystery, let me know. I'm probably going to post a poll tomorrow just to see what you guys want. If you guys want a BOGO or a mystery box or $5 readings or whatever else, and see what people want to see the most. You're welcome, Vetus. All right, y'all, it is time for me to hit the old dusty trail. All lists are closed now at this point. It's been a really awesome stream. I really appreciate each and every one of you for supporting me over here. Bye, Vetus. I also had a really good time today. It was nice being back on camera. So you guys will see me tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night. And if I don't see you tomorrow, then hopefully you guys have a wonderful week. Bye.